And when you're talking love and local, I don't know anybody who doesn't love Palmer's Deli. One of the greatest places to go for a sandwich on the planet. So we figured we need to find out about Palmer's Deli, so we bring in the big guns.
Yay!
Joe, how are you? Joe Palmer here. Good to see you, my friend.
I'm great. How are you guys?
We need to find out the history behind Palmer's Deli. Where did you guys start, and how did it get as big as it is right now?
Well, my dad was a school teacher at Urbandale, and during the summers, he'd figure out what am I going to do. So one year they come home and say, guess what? We bought the ice cream store out in Johnston. Right now that store's called Vandy's, but we had that as Palmer's Ice Cream for years.
Hang on.
Hold on.
Hang on. Sorry.
The encoder fell out, so stand by. We'll come back. We'll start all over.
We're starting all over. Nobody ever saw it.
Live from the Carl Chevrolet Studios in Des Moines, this is Great Day on KCWI 23 HD with Lou Seifold, Jackie Schmelin, and meteorologist Jason Parkin. Featuring local newsmakers, celebrities, comedy, animals, music, and more. You never know what you're going to see on Great Day.
If I could get a brownie and some pasta salad
Reuben
and
sandwich.
Reuben sandwich with that salad.
Yeah.
The
Good morning, everybody. Welcome
on
back
TV.
to Great Day. It's 17 minutes past the hour, and we are love and local, folks. And of course, when you're talking local, I don't know if it gets any more local than Palmer's Deli. So we need to learn a little bit about Palmer's Deli. So we went right to the top. Joe Palmer here. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you.
I'm doing great.
We need to find out about this place. Everybody loves going to Palmer's
always
Deli.
packed.
Yes, it is. But you know, service is really quick,
Yep.
so we love that. But tell us how Palmer's Deli got started.
Well, years ago, back in '89, we opened Palmer's Deli by taking over Bill Rappaport's place. Everybody maybe remembers years ago the Rappaport's Deli and Jewish family in Urbandale. But my dad grew up as a school teacher, or was a school teacher, and he had his summers off. So my mom and dad came home one day to my brother and said, hey, guess what? We just bought an ice cream store out in Johnston. And this goes years back. And so there's a little ice cream store out there called Palmer's Ice Cream for years. And that's kind of where we got bit by the bug of being in the food business. So not long after that, we ran that ice cream store. Dad taught and coached at Urbandale, and then we found out that Bill and his family wanted to retire. And we were customers of the deli, so we took over Rappaport's back in '89 in Urbandale, in a little strip center there on 75th and Douglas.
I was going to say, where's that? 75th and Douglas.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now here we are years later. We've got 5 locations and been doing it for about 25 years.
How old were you when you first started working?
I was in high school. I was in high school.
like
Yep.
serving ice cream?
Yep.
And
Every summer, my brother and I would go up there and work for my folks. I remember closing. It was back in the Pac-Man days. We used to close the doors, turn the lights off, get the rolls of quarters out, and we'd play Pac-Man till about midnight. I remember that.
That's all right. Nothing wrong with that.
Sure.
Yeah. What's the biggest store? Which is your biggest location?
Ingersoll would be our biggest location. Ingersoll, the old Walgreens on Ingersoll. We took over that location, and it really houses our bread operation. A lot of people don't know we're in the bread business, but we've got a company called Breadworks, and so all of the deli's bread is produced right there on site
I didn't realize
every
that.
night. Yep.
Okay.
So.
And I think that's why people like what you guys put out. It doesn't taste like it came out of a mold. It tastes like the meats are very good, the bread is very fresh and very good, and it just tastes different than a chain sandwich does.
You know, I think we kind of owe a lot of that to her mom. She knew that if we're going to get into this, let's make it different. Let's make it from scratch. You know, that's kind of an overused word, fresh, scratch, but there's a real truth to it. If you start with the main bulk ingredients and everything's the original deal, it's hard to doctor that up and make it good.
Well, let's say you're out there listening and you're like, you know what, I've always heard of it, but I've never gone inside. What can people experience if they head into Palmer's Deli?
Well, it's funny you ask that, because that's kind of what we talk about at Palmer's, is the Palmer's experience. That's really what we're after. When you walk in the doors, you know, we always figured once you've walked in, we know we've got you, at least today. It's what happens between now and the time you leave if you're going to come back. And so if you look at our delis, we've created them with real open concepts. We don't hide our kitchens. That's by design. We want you to see, feel everything that we're doing for you. And I think if you bring a friend into Palmer's, that's what you're going to get. It's selection. We've got, really, if you really break it down, we've got a huge menu. Our deli cases have anywhere from 20 to 30 different salads in them every day that we make right there by the people you're seeing that are back there, and then they're turning around serving you. So all of our meats are whole muscle meats. We don't use any binders. And I think it's pretty simple. We can all taste the difference. And that's what we try to do at Palmer's. We try to put good stuff in your mouth. And I think along with the fact that you know that we work to do it, you see that when you leave. I think you feel and see that at Palmer's, and that's what we call the Palmer's experience.
What is the most popular sandwich?
I'd say the most popular sandwich, that's used to be the Marshall Field.
What's a Marshall Field? I know what Marshall Field is. It's a store. It's a department store. But what is a Marshall Field?
The Marshall Field has got a ham, turkey, bacon. 3 good starters right there.
Okay. You had me at the ham,
Thousand
turkey,
Island,
bacon,
2 different kinds of cheese on it, cheddar and Swiss, and then lettuce and tomato. So
what kind of bread, or do you get to pick whatever?
Marble bread.
Marble bread.
Marble bread.
But you can specialize if you're ordering a salad sandwich, anything like that, and you have special requests, you can always.
Well, we've got a whole
request
kind
for
of
that.
build your own concept. So, you know, we have a lot of people that have their own sandwiches. You guys mentioned Arby. We've got a guy in Ingersoll, and we have a lot of customers that just want to go to Arby because Arby makes their sandwich their way.
Right.
So
It's true.
we have that throughout the company. We've got people that I want him to or her to make my salad. So
We should mention to folks that there's a pretty slick interface on the web if you're sitting at your desk and you know, maybe you're watching right now, you're headed to work. There's a pretty easy way to pre-order your stuff and pick it up right there and have it all ready to go.
Absolutely. Well, you know, like many companies, we've got an order online, what you're talking about, and you can go onto our website, pick the store that's your favorite store to go to, and then you can use our online tool, and it'll save your favorites to make it easy each time you want to order. Because to be honest with you, there's a lot of people that get the same thing every time.
Because you find exactly what you want, because you guys custom build everything for you, and you go, this is perfect, and you can just redo it by just pushing a button.
And I think that's probably one of the big things about us is we have so many customers that are kind of frequent flyers, we call them, and they kind of dial in to making things using our smorgasbord kind of concept and dial into how they want it, and then they come and get that just that way.
I love it. No matter what, if you drive by and you're like, man, it's packed in there, you're still going to get service very, very quickly, and then it's up to you how long you want to, you know, chat with a friend or have a business meeting hang around. But you get your food and your service very quickly. Then it's up to you how long you want to spend.
Well, that's what we try to do. That's exactly what we try to do. But we do like that foodie vibe, that kind of energy that's inside our stores, and I think people kind of migrate towards that. So,
okay, so with 5 stores, it's got to keep you very busy. So you probably don't have time to do anything like golfing or anything, do you?
No, I carve time out for golf.
Oh, do you?
Absolutely.
How is the golf game around here then?
You know, not too bad. The summer's getting. I've got a few tournaments left, but I've had a good summer so far.
Winning the tournaments you're in?
Yes, I have. I won the senior match play this year. I won the Fort Dodge Am. those are the two that have won so far.
And what's coming up next for you?
We've got the Iowa Open starts this weekend
All right,
in Panora.
All right, so you could be packing sandwiches and heading up there?
Exactly.
All right, just double checking. Now you know his edge. Okay, anybody competing against Joe, go to Palmer's, get some sandwiches. He's already won a couple of